What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How you all doing? My name is Wingsaber, and today we're here with some information that you might want to know about Naruto Shinobi Striker. A user by the name of Sergio, and I will drop the link in the description below, has data mined all 9 DLC characters and the names of their jutsu. The leak has been around for a little while, but I've been unable to confirm until Jiraiya and the 3rd Hokage were released, which gives this leak very good credibility of being true. Now, Sergio is a user that pulls the files from the game, so he can tell us what the game has coming in its future. The 9 characters planned for Season 1 of Naruto Shinobi Striker are Jiraiya and the 3rd Hokage, who have already been released, Orochimaru, who's coming out next, Uchiha Madara and Uchiha Obito, and then the remaining Hokage. First of all, we have Orochimaru, who's coming out next, and his first jutsu is the multiple striking Shadow Snake, also known as Snake Arms, which is pretty self-explanatory, where the user sends out snakes from their arms, hits an opponent, and does poison damage. Before I forget, Orochimaru is going to be a range type, so look out for him, you range type mains. The second jutsu is going to be Wind Style Great Breach. This jutsu creates a powerful line blast, damaging any target it hits, so I'm going to assume it can hit multiple targets if they're close enough. His secret jutsu is going to be the Reanimation Jutsu, or the Edo Tensei. This will bring back the 1st and 2nd Hokage and will launch a combo attack. Something funny about this jutsu is that it can only be used by one ninja at a time. Now, I'm not sure if it means like you can't use the Edo Tensei when someone else is using it, or if only one can be equipped on like a team. If it's the latter, that's really crazy powerful then, because we haven't had that kind of limit in the game yet, and I'm kind of curious to see how it would work in a team setting, because people will want to use the jutsu, right? I guess you would vote on it or something? I don't really know. But yeah, unless it means you can only have one equipped on a team at the same time, I don't think limitation will work out too much, because you don't really see 2 secret jutsu going off at the same time ever. Now, the final jutsu Orochimaru will be bringing is a snake clone, which is probably going to be on the usual 30-second cooldown, with lightning clone and wood clone and all that other stuff. If someone attacks the substitute target as they sub, a snake will appear and they will take poison damage. Pretty self-explanatory. The next character coming out after Orochimaru is going to be none other than Uchiha Madara. His first jutsu is going to be Fire Style Majestic Destroyer Flame. It's like a cone of fire in front of you, that's it. It's not as far as a fireball, but it's almost like a wall of fire. So this is telling me like kind of defense-esque. His next jutsu is going to be Fire Style Hiding in Ash Jutsu. The user hides themselves in a cloud of ash and fire. And during the activation period, you are invulnerable to enemy attacks. That's right. This can be used to counterattack enemy jutsu like a Rasengan or a Lightning Blade. If you time it correctly, you can dodge all of their damage. And after the activation period, the cloud explodes and it deals damage to them. So this is definitely a counter-attacking kind of jutsu, almost like a Sharingan. His secret jutsu is Heaven Concealed, which is basically a planetary devastation but creates a shockwave on impact. It's planetary devastation on steroids, which sounds so fun. Next up is going to be the 2nd Hokage. His first jutsu is the Water Dragon Jutsu. It's a Shark Bomb. It does the same thing, except it doesn't reset jutsu cooldown, so I'm assuming it'll either be faster or with a shorter cooldown or does more damage. Moving on, we have the Water Style Severing Wave. The user fires a high pressure jet of water that does damage, but if it hits the ground, a geyser shoots up and does damage. I think it's really interesting because we haven't had multiple interaction jutsu yet, and you also can't really aim jutsu, so that's kind of odd to see. I'm curious to see if it will shoot a geyser out from a wall or if it's just the ground. If it's just the ground, that's very situational. The secret jutsu is going to be Tandem Paper Bomb. This is going to be a secret jutsu that's a trap. You place it on the ground, and if anyone walks over it, a bunch of paper bombs come out and explode in their face. Now it seems kind of bad, but depending on how big the trap actually is, it could change my opinion. If it's big enough to hold a choke point, then it's really good. Next up is Obito Uchiha. He has the Uchiha Flame Formation, which is a jutsu that shields himself and any nearby allies for one attack with a wall of fire. then it goes away. Not like Sand Shield where you have to break it with certain jutsu, or just wail on it a couple of times. It only takes up 1 attack. But after it goes away, it gives your entire team a defense boost, so that's pretty cool. Because it's a flame formation though, I think it will do damage to people that are enemies that are caught within it because it's a wall of fire. It'd be kind of weird if it just didn't do anything. Next up, we have Kamui Climax. The user utilizes the Mangekyo Sharingan to ignore all attacks. This is the move in the anime that allows Obito or Toby to phase through pretty much everything. I'm a little concerned to see how this would work, because I remember in the Ninja Storm games, Toby had his tilt, which was actually Kamui Climax, but you couldn't move, and you couldn't attack. So I'm thinking this could be really annoying and capture the flag. You could just pop your Kamui Climax and just stand there and take the flag. I think how they should do it is either you can move, but it lasts like a short amount of time, like 5 seconds, or you have it as sort of an invincibility frame for like 1 second, but you can't. That way, if you time it correctly, you can dodge a bunch of stuff and it can be really clutch. His ultimate jutsu is Fire Style Bomb Blast Dance. This jutsu combines the Mangekyo Sharingan and Fire Style to send a spiral of fire to burn and damage targets. It seems kind of boring. It seems like the range types flame bombs, but we'll have to see. And next up, and my personal favorite one, the one I'm looking forward to the most, is Minato, the 4th Hokage. He has the Flying Raijin Jutsu, otherwise known as the Flying Thunder God Jutsu, which is the jutsu where he throws a kunai at a location and teleports. It will either work in the double activation method, or I think maybe if they just throw it and it hits the ground, they'll automatically teleport. But I think I'd like the first option more, just because it provides for even cooler mechanical outplays. His second jutsu is the Flying Raijin level 2. The user throws a kunai at the target, and if it hits, the user teleports above the target and does a Rasengan. If you guys don't know what it looks like, I'll play it on the screen now. This is from the Minato versus Obito fight. The secret jutsu is, and forgive me for saying this, but the Rasen Flash Super Circle Dance Howl Stage 3. Didn't catch that? It's the Rasen Flash Super Circle Dance Howl Stage 3. The user flies towards a target and on impact launches 6 kunai in an area and then does a combo attack. In the anime, we never actually saw this jutsu because it was too fast to see, so I'm assuming it's just a bunch of yellow flashes and it's just like an AoE zone of damage. Or maybe it's a single target thing. I don't think it'll be a single target, but we don't know. Now next up is Tsunade, and first off we have the Heavenly Foot of Pain. This is pretty much a Cherry Blossom Crash from Sakura. It's the same thing. You slam the ground as AoE, it stuns people. That's the same thing. Next up is the Nervous System Rupture, where on contact it will reverse people's controls. This sounds pretty funny and really powerful at the same time, so I'm pretty excited to see how it will turn out, but I'm probably going to rage if it hits me, to be honest. Her secret jutsu is Slug Long Distance Healing. Just like the pain attack in the anime, Tsunade will attach tiny Katsuyus that replenish health and secret jutsu. I'm pretty unsure how this is going to work because it says long distance, so maybe you just sit down, you channel, and then all your allies get healed by tiny Katsuyus or something. I'm not too sure. But the final character to come out is Hashirama, the first Hokage. His first jutsu is the wood-style Laughing Buddha jutsu. The user sends chakra into the ground and creates wooden hands that are manipulated. If this is at the target's feet, it will do damage. So I'm assuming if you don't hit the target's feet, it doesn't do damage, but you can still move hands? Or is it like a wall? I'm not too sure about this one. It seems to be some kind of defense type jutsu though, from reading this. His second jutsu is the wood-style Wood Dragon Jutsu. It acts just like a Shark Bomb in where it resets the cooldown of the target's jutsu, but unlike the Shark Bomb, it also adds to your secret technique cooldown. At least that's how I'm interpreting it. It will latch onto you and maybe like it will suck your chakra out or something and then give it to the other person's secret technique. But I'm not really sure. We'll see how it'll work out. His secret jutsu is none other than the Thousand Hands Jutsu. Not sure how it's going to work. I think he's just going to summon it behind him and it's going to slap an area like a partial expansion kind of, except it'll be there for a longer period of time. Either that or it'll just be a single target and just clap people if you lock onto them, but I think it'll be the first thing that I said. Alright guys, let me know what you guys think of the characters and their jutsu. Personally, I think Obito's are kind of boring and we have too many Shark Bomb variants. But that's just my opinion. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.